Stay tuned. We will be starting the stream as soon as the race is about to begin. welcome everybody. This is Champions League GT. This is round 6. No, this is round... No, this is round 6. Yeah, I'm correct. Today we have a race at Barcelona. And the lineup is as follows. The drivers will shortly go on their outlap here. But in first place, Carlos Sarenko qualifying first. Luke Mason qualifying second. Marhan Koderman in third place. Martin Randuch qualified fourth in his Ferrari. Fifth place is Oliver Thompson, not far behind from Randuch. After Oliver, we have David Kraft in sixth place. Brian O'Sullivan is in seventh. Tarkowski is in 8th place, Rocky Morton qualifying 9th, Yemi Shibley qualifying 10th, C. Havello 11th, and Jason Guard qualifying 12th. And for those of you that are new to our series, take a quick look at the standings here. You can see on the standings there are the top 6 drivers in each series is highlighted. Every driver in 6th place or above will be qualifying for the World Cup. That means that any driver above the black line will be in the World Cup, assuming they choose to participate. If one of the drivers above the line do not want to participate, one of the let's say the European Series, the driver in 7th place will then be able to join the World Cup instead of the driver that didn't want to participate. And this is how it's going to be. And the World Cup is a short 2-weekend series with the best drivers from all the continents. This season we only had the European Series and the Americas. But all the top drivers will then be competing in 4 races in 2 weekends in a competition between the best to see who is the best. Yeah, and we see the drivers are warming up, and as you can probably see in the standings, the top 3 drivers are pretty close to each other. Let's bring it up again. This is the European Series, so as you can see, Carlos Sarenko, Luke Mason, and Martin Randuch is all in the competition for first place. So then we have a few drivers behind that are got a little bit of a gap down to David Kraft. After David Kraft, we have Albon Petit, Koderman, and Pazinides, all pretty close to each other, and then O'Sullivan and Tarkowski not far as well. We are starting to get to the end of the warm-up lap here, so we'll have to look away. So we come up to the starting line here. And we're gonna go green. Now, let's see if not David Kraft, Carlos Sarenko, he gets as good of a start as he usually gets. So far, looks like he has the advantage. And there's a little bit of a gap down to... Oh, that was really bad. That looked like that was Thompson making slight contact. Koderman and Thompson now in a disadvantage after that incident. That is really unfortunate for those. As As we see David Kraft moving up on Rocky Morton. I'm not sure how Rocky Morton climbed that much. I think Rocky Morton started second to last. So right now, he's moved up quite a lot. And this makes the race very interesting. Both Kara Sorenko and Luke Mason has a drive-through. Martin Koderman and Oliver Thompson had an incident in the start. Martin Randuch, right now, if it stands as is, then Martin Randuch is gonna have the lead, and he will have the possibility of taking his first victory. Of course, he has David Kraft right behind him, so it's not going to be an easy task. And without commentators cursing him, it's definitely not guaranteed. It's a 1 hour and 15-minute race, and anything can happen, as we all know. This is racing. But Kara Sorenko already building a little bit of a gap to the guys behind, as we see Luke Mason going into the pit lane to serve his drive-through early. Kara Sorenko staying out, possibly pitting this this lap coming up now. And right now Jimmy Shibley is in second place. That's quite surprising. We'll see if Martin Randuch can overtake him, because right now, the longer Martin Randuch and David Kraft stay behind Jimmy Shibley, the longer, or the bigger chance that the guys in the back is going to catch up again. As we can see, we have 3 pro drivers in the back of the field. So this race starting really interesting. Martin Randuch, of course, he's a really fast driver, but it looks like Jimmy Shibley has some really good pace today. Oh, Randuch is going for the overtake. Is he going to be able to hold it? A slight contact there. Shibley goes wide. Randuch lets him go. David Kraft. I feel Rocky sniffing in his back right now. Rocky Morton up into 5th place. Havello up into 6th. Then we have Brian O'Sullivan. I think we'll have a pretty interesting race here in the beginning. Kara Sorenko is now serving his drive-through. I think we'll see him here any second. Yep, there he was. As we go on board with Martin Randuch. As he tries to go for the inside, I think he's going to be able to make it here. As David Kraft almost hits Shibley in the back, at least that what it looked like. Now Martin Randuch has a clear field in front of him. We'll see how long Shibley can hold off David Kraft as well. David Kraft should have the pace on Shibley, but Shibley is driving really good. And as we see Martin Randuch doing a slight mistake there, losing a little bit of time again. Oh, this is looking really dangerous here. Not quite sure where the braking point is for the drivers. Oh, David Kraft losing control. Rocky Morton looks like he's trying to take advantage of it. As we see Shibley trying to retake his position over Randuch there. Rocky Morton not quite being able to overtake David Kraft as well. As we see, there are quite a few drivers behind here, and Havello looks to have had contact with Tarkowski there. Small touch, but Havello waits. You can see Sorenko and Mason in the back. That's something you don't see every day. Of course, even 12th place is going to be points for the drivers, so it's definitely worth finishing. Sorenko, of course, he's already missed the race, so his drop round is already counted. So for Car Sorenko, this is a race he must finish high. In fact, he must finish high in most of the races, assuming the other two contenders also finish high. Martin Randuch and Luke Mason, of course. But I think the pace on Sorenko and Mason is quite nice to see. Jason Gard going into the pit early. Not sure why he's pitting this early. Possible incident and damage. That's really a shame for Jason. He's had this... Oh, he's leaving the pit now. Maybe he was done. I thought he was entering. David Kraft still not able to overtake Shibley here. And the field is starting to group up behind him here. And we saw this earlier, just one lap ago here. There was slight contact between Tarkowski and Havello. I think Havello has a slightly different braking point than Tarkowski. And when you see these different classes competing together, you always have to be aware that a driver in the silver class might not be braking as fast as a driver in the pro class, and same for the amateur class. Of course, it's not always easy. As we see Shibley messing up, David Kraft taking the opportunity to overtake. See if David Kraft has the pace on Randuch, but if I look at the standings right now, David Kraft's fastest time is 2 seconds slower than Martin Randuch. Of course, he's been behind Shibley for quite a few laps here. As we go into, we're at lap 4 right now. We'll see if David Kraft can catch up. O'Sullivan is getting held up behind Rocky, I believe. It's going to be interesting to see how the field pans out at the end. Right now we have the silver drivers at the top. The AM drivers have fallen down a little bit. The pro drivers are climbing. Koderman up into 7th already. Of course, Koderman has possibly slight damage. Not sure how much that will affect his race. We can take a quick look at him. But right now he has Martin Koderman, or Tarkowski behind him. It does look like he is catching up to the guys ahead. It looks like he has overtaken Tarkowski. And it looks like he is going for O'Sullivan right now. Not sure what happened to Thompson. Thompson might have more damage than Koderman. It looked like Thompson was the cause of the incident in the start. But we'll have to see how this pans out. As we see Koderman going really close on O'Sullivan here. Really want to get past here as soon as possible. Oh, looks like he went a little wide. Not sure what move that was. It doesn't seem that easy to overtake at Barcelona. I think these long turns, they are really making it harder because you can't really do an overtake on a long corner. At least not usually. And we did see this in our Nürburgring as well. We saw the three-way battle for the win. Of course, they are not David Kraft. My mind is messed up today. Car Sorenko was in the lead the entire race, but he had Luke Mason and Randuch behind him the entire race, which of course is not optimum, and he could not shake them either. But of course, Nürburgring, a lot of strange turns and not a lot of overtaking opportunities. It does seem like it's quite similar here at Barcelona. Next weekend we'll have Imola as well. It'll be the first DLC track for this season. And we'll be able to see what the drivers can actually do on Imola, because I don't think we've actually hosted a series race on that before. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody performs. Brian O'Sullivan, of course, he was passed by Koderman, as you all saw. Shibley has lost a little bit of pace on David Kraft. David Kraft is now doing 300 slower time than Martin Randucci. So he's got the pace. He's pretty equal to Martin Randucci. He just needs Martin to do a slight mistake, and it is anybody's game. But Martin Randucci is a pretty solid driver. But we'll see. Hopefully that will not be a commentator's curse. Matthias Tarkowski, 7th place, as we see Oliver Thompson now caught up to Tarkowski. Of course, Thompson has quite a few drivers that he needs to pass if he wants to catch up to Koderman in front. And then we can see both cars, Sorenko and... Oh, that's not a good place to overtake, I don't think. We'll see the two McLarens battling it out here. Alright, there we go. Now we can see the times as well. Yeah, Martin Tarkowski is still holding off though. Looks like O'Sullivan is struggling with overtaking on Rocky as well. O'Sullivan... Oh, a little bit of snap there for Tarkowski. Tarkowski definitely has the most beautiful livery there out of those two McLarens. Koderman up to 4th place now, of course. Almost caught up to Shibley as well. Starting to get a gap on Rocky now. And we can see Luke Mason and Kar Sorenko. They're not far behind. And they are catching up. If Oliver Thompson wants to keep his advantage right now, he wants to get that overtake done as soon as possible. As you see, oh yeah, my mind is messed up today. O'Sullivan, that's his name. Brian O'Sullivan in the Aston Martin, right behind Rocky Martin. He lost control of his car a little bit. Now, Tarkowski and Thompson catching up to him. We can see Kar Sorenko already caught up to these guys here. He's right behind them. I need to look at the timings here. Kar Sorenko did a 1:44.6 last lap. Luke Mason did a 1:44.7. Oh, no, wait. That's their fastest times. But they are definitely in the faster pace, both of them. Is Tarkowski going to let him pass here? Is he even going to get past? Oh yeah, Tarkowski going really wide here. Allowing Thompson to take advantage of the inside line. As long as he just doesn't make a mistake, he should be able to keep that. And now Kar Sorenko coming up behind Tarkowski. I don't know why I keep messing up the names. A little bit confused today, maybe. But we see Sorenko, not David Kraft. Sorenko in the Mercedes, catching up to them here. And Oliver Thompson is really scrambling to get past Rocky Morton now. And it does look like he might be able to, as we see Shibley going straight, taking the long run. Just letting everybody pass, doesn't want to cause an incident for the guys competing. The position, and we see Karsorenko doing an overtake really nicely there. That was very nicely done. No problems whatsoever. Meanwhile, we see the other guys struggling to overtake. And of course, let me see the timings after this lap here. Martin Randucci, of course, did a 1:45.9. David Kraft did a 46.2. And we have Kodeman did a 46 blank. Sullivan did a 48. That's not... Oh, look at that. Sorenko is on a roll right now. He is just pushing through the field. And Rocky Morton's got a drive-through. Why does Rocky Morton's got a drive-through? He's got to push that track limits. Not sure where he got that from, though. That is really bad for Rocky. Karsorenko is pushing really well here. We see Luke Mason coming up right now. Luke Mason overtaking Rocky Morton. Rocky Morton just letting him pass. He knows he has to serve that drive-through and doesn't want to hold him up. Luke Mason, he really needs to step on the gas right now if he wants to catch up to Karsorenko. And both of them need to step on the gas if they want to catch up to Randucci. They really need to make those overtakes count. Of course, you don't want to be too risky either. That could cost you a lot. Oliver Thompson. Look at that. Pro driver's almost reclaiming the top now. It's just Shibley in the between. Luke Mason pulling up on Tarkowski as well. But I think Karsorenko is going to have a slightly tougher time overtaking Thompson here than he has with the other drivers. O'Sullivan really not being able to do anything against that. As we see Luke Mason back there as well, trying to make an overtake on Tarkowski right now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Karsorenko just flying through the field right now. He's just overtaking cars to the right and left. He is really hungry for this victory. We see Luke Mason now going on the inside. Not sure if he let him go there. It looked like it. Of course, they're not in the same class, not fighting for the same championship. I think he's letting him go. Martin Kodeman now up to third. He's 7 seconds behind David Kraft right now, but he is fast. No, actually he's not faster. Martin Kodeman is not faster than David Kraft. Martin Kodeman has been slightly faster than David Kraft the entire season, but right now he's falling back a little bit. Oliver Thompson trying to keep up with Karsorenko, but not quite making it. And Carr is extending his gap to Mason, I believe. Mason still has 2 drivers to overtake. Both of them are in pro class, so it's not going to be as easy as with the other drivers. Unless they do let him pass, but I do not think they're going to do that. Karsorenko is just flying through the field here. He's definitely a possible driver of the day for Karsorenko there. Koeman now extending his gap to Shibley there. Shibley falling down. Carsorenko only 4 seconds behind Shibley. As we are on board with Oliver Thompson right now. You can see Luke Mason chasing Brian O'Sullivan. Of course, Brian O'Sullivan and Luke Mason both in the Aston Martin. If we look at their times, they're slightly different right now. Brian O'Sullivan is doing 48.6s. And Luke Mason is doing 47.1. So Luke Mason's definitely got the pace here. Doesn't look like Sullivan wants to fight him. He just lets him go there. Now Luke Mason just has Oliver Thompson between him and Tsurenko. It's quite interesting. Luke Mason seems to be chasing Tsurenko in every race this season. Despite having the pace on Tsurenko, he's not been able to actually go in front of him, which is a conundrum. I'm not quite sure how you say it in English. Some really good racing here. O'Sullivan now falling behind quite quickly to Luke Mason. Tarkowski coming up behind him as well. O'Sullivan, of course, he is in the pro class, but not sure if he is faster than Tarkowski on this track. Does look like Tarkowski has the pace advantage on O'Sullivan right now. Despite that, O'Sullivan does have a faster time than Tarkowski. I do think he might just be out of the groove right now. As we see Carsorenko really closing it up on Jimmy Shibley here. Looks like Shibley is struggling. Not sure. It looks slow, but maybe that's just the car that looks slow. He goes to the right. He goes to the left and then the right. Not the other way around. Tsurenko is already on his tail. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to overtake here at the end. The Mercedes is really good at braking, so he's probably going to be able to brake slightly later. Oh, he's squeezing himself in there. Shibley going to be able to hold it off? Nope. Thompson caught up slightly there on Shibley. Shibley losing even more positions. Of course, Shibley was in the lead for a few seconds at least when Carsorenko went into the pits. And then he had Martin Randucci just going for the gap. Jimmy Shibley now has to defend against Oliver Thompson, and he makes a mistake there, possibly making an overtake for Thompson easier. Yeah, it looks like he's not really fighting him there. Oliver Thompson is passed. This is definitely going to be tricky for Mason. But as we see, Thompson has caught up a little bit to Tsurenko as we see him lose a little bit of time there. But Thompson has gained a little bit of time on Tsurenko once he got caught behind Shibley there. So we see Tsurenko catching up to Koeman. We could see a little bit of a time loss for Tsurenko. So he gets stuck in a battle with Koeman. And it does look like we have about 7 minutes left until the pit window will open. And that is when the interesting stuff will happen. We'll see how that throws around the field. I'll make a slight note that both the Ferraris are in the top right now. And Koeman in his BMW in 3rd place. Tsurenko is in 4th. Thompson right now 5th place, 2 seconds after Tsurenko. Shibley right behind him, but probably not for long because Luke Mason is right behind him right now. O'Sullivan is behind Mason. 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds. Yep, we'll see how long Oliver Thompson can hold off Mason here as soon as Mason gets past Shibley. Question if he's gonna be able to get past Shibley before the pit lane. As I'm saying this, I got a feeling that Luke Mason is probably gonna pit early. Luke Mason has done this. He did this in last race. And I'm pretty sure he's going to pit early to try and save himself from having to get stuck behind Oliver Thompson here. Because the longer he's stuck behind Oliver Thompson, the more of a gap Sorenko can build. Of course, if he does a really good pit stop, and Sorenko makes a bad pit stop, could gain a place in the pits. But it's a lot of what ifs and buts. She is pushing on. Is that the racing line? It looked like Luke Mason went fairly wide, but might have been my optics. O'Sullivan is nowhere to be seen behind O'Sullivan or Shibley. Tarkowski is 1 second behind O'Sullivan. Looks like Tarkowski is actually keeping up with O'Sullivan right now. Avello is still in front of Rocky Morton. I'm not sure how big the gap is between them. Cannot really see the timings there. But if I look at the map, it does look like he's quite, 20 seconds behind Avello. And Jason is 2 laps down. Of course, he's still racing, still staying in the fight. He is in the content for the AM Championship, and if he finishes this race, he will be in second place, as we only have 2 AM drivers competing today. Corcoran couldn't make it today, unfortunately. Sullivan pushing on here. I know all the drivers are pretty equally spread out. Tarkowski is closing in on Sullivan. I will go for a quick break here, in just a few minutes. Need to go to the bathroom. But we will be back shortly with some commentary just before the pits window opens. Oh, there's a yellow flag here. Oh no! Oh no, that's Thompson! What happened to Thompson? Did Thompson has contact with Mason? We need to go. We need to see a replay. We need to see a replay now. What happened? What happened here? Alright. Let's see. It wants to load. Alright, this might have been slightly too long back, but I think he might have spun by himself. I have a feeling that he spun by himself. We're coming up to the corner here. Oh no, wait, this is... Oh, we missed... No, wait, yeah, we missed it. Fuck. Okay, well that was a bad camera. Completely missed the incident. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for Thompson. Thompson is down into 9th place now. And we're back to the live timings. I will take a quick break before the pit window opens, but I'll be right back. Hopefully nothing else interesting happens while I'm gone. And I am back. Have I missed anything? If I'm not mistaken, in 10 seconds the pit window will open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pit window is open.
And there we go, yeah. So now we'll see the drivers start coming into the pits. Number 18 going in first, Oliver Thompson. Of course, he had that spin. We'll see what he can do with his early pit stop here. No one is really fighting for positions right now. Arn Randuch is 4 seconds in front of David Kraft. As we see signs, bits of signs there everywhere. See David Kraft coming up there. Sullivan now catching up to Shibley. Kodeman is, I think he was 7 seconds behind David. Soranko 8 seconds, alright. Soranko being 2 seconds behind. And now we see Havello and Rocky pulling into the pits. Jason is into the pits as well. Who's going to be the first top driver to pit? Well, it would be Thompson, I guess, but he did have his incident, so he's not. I wouldn't say he's in the top contention anymore. We have David Kraft. First to go into the pit is Koderman. Of course, he had his incident in the beginning, so he might be trying to stop and fix his damage. Try to gain a little bit of time on track. Or he's doing a quick pit stop, trying to undercut. I do think he's going to change tires though. Oh, maybe not. That looked slightly too fast to be tire change. Shibley's into the pits now as well. Randuch is closing this lap here. We'll see if he goes in. I was pretty sure Mason was going to go for an early pit stop, but it does look like he's staying out right now. He is behind Soranko right now, so he did overtake Thompson while he was off track. Still, there's an 8-second gap from Mason to Soranko. David Kraft is not far behind from Randuch. Randuch is staying out. Of course, 7 minutes left on the pit window. Is anyone else going to go into the pits here? Nope. Looks like Mason might be going in here. You're gonna be... Nope. Everybody's staying out. Looks like everybody feels like they have pretty good pace. There's top 6 drivers right now are the ones that have not pitted. And out of the ones that have pitted, Martin Koderman is in first place. It does look like he had a little bit of... He was struggling there in the corner, it looked like. Probably not really ready for this cold tires. David Kraft, has he spun or did he overtake back marker? Yeah, I think he did. O'Sullivan now going into the pits. And we will see if David Kraft will go into the pits here. Oliver Thompson, really unfortunate. 1 lap down. He's right behind Shibley though. And David Kraft is going into the pits. As is Randuch. Both Ferraris in the pits right now. Oliver Thompson. I'm gonna go for Shibley here. Looks like Sorenko is staying out. Sorenko taking the lead here. But yeah, I think he has to pit next lap. I don't think he can do 2 laps. Actually, he can do 2 laps before he needs to pit. But we see Mason going into the pit as well. That means Tarkowski and Sorenko are the only ones that have not yet pitted, as we see Tarkowski going in. Sorenko is now the only driver that still has to pit. I have a feeling he's going to pit this next lap. Oliver Thompson. Did take that overtake on Shibley. He's now back to chasing O'Sullivan. Hopefully, just hopefully, he can actually regain the position. His little incident before was, of course, all his own fault. At least from what I could see. Didn't look like there was any other tracks or cars on the track, so... Tarkowski's still in the pit. Looks like a long pit stop, probably a tire change. And we're gonna see Sorenko coming up to the pit entry here shortly. Let's see if he goes into the pit. He is. Yep. Looked like a good entry. Koderman. Wait, Koderman now in front of Randuch. What has happened here? Koderman undercutting Randuch. Koderman has not made a tire change, I'm pretty sure. So Koderman again, for the second race in a row, trying to undercut by not changing tires. I think he fixed the damage on his car though. But he did not go for a tire change. Interesting strategy. Koderman is definitely trying different things. And if he can hold off for 35 minutes, he is going to win this race. Well, it depends. Carlos Sorenko is not out before these guys. But it does look like Carlos Sorenko is doing a tire change as well. As we do come up on the start-finish straight. Carlos Sorenko still sitting in the pit there. So if Sorenko wants to win this race, he has to do it on track. Martin Koderman. Chased by Martin Randuch. I do think Martin Randuch is going to catch up to him. But we will see. I David Kraft now in 4th place only. Nope, he's still in 3rd. That means Sorenko has to do 3 overtakes. He wants to win this race. We'll see Luke Mason is quite far behind there. Not sure what has happened to Mason. Looks like he's lost some pace. Mason's last lap was a... actually, that was his pit lap, so that's not really an indication of anything. But... or no, Luke Mason pitted a while ago. I think Luke Mason might have had a spin. I have the feeling Luke Mason might have had a spin. And that is why he's lost that much pace. Well, Solomon is not far behind Mason right now, as you see Randucci getting closer and closer to Kodeman. As long as Kodeman can get the good exits on the straights, of course he is in a BMW. So, let's see if he can hold off, as long as he gets good exits. I think he can definitely hold off for the entire race. We saw Kar Sorenko doing that last race. And Kodeman is not a bad driver. In fact, he's a really good driver. And a little bit of fun fact about Kodeman, he actually competed in the SimGrid's Endurance series, in the Split 3, in their first Endurance series. Racing in the same series as Kara Sorenko and Wouter, as well as myself. We see Randucci is right behind him now. Is he going to try to go for the gap? Ooh. Don't want to be too aggressive. But, of course, you don't want to be... You don't just want to sit there. There's still a few races left of the series, so... anything is up. I can feel there's going to be a lot of tension since it's so close. In the last races, if there's a slight incident or anything. Drivers tend to get really heated in the moment. Understandable. I think we've all been there someday. Kodeman still holding off, and we can see David Kraft is closing up. I got a feeling that David Kraft is not going to try to overtake Randucci still. They're kind of friends. And even though I'm pretty sure Kraft would like a win, I don't think he's going to try to get it here today. David Kraft, of course, he's quite a few points behind the top 3 drivers. So he's probably not going to go for them, but you never know. Maybe he feels hungry for a victory today. There's still half an hour left. Kodeman needs to really hold him off here. I can feel we're going to see a lot of pace loss on Kodeman at the end of the race. I think we're just going to see it within 5 or 10 minutes. Kodeman has already lost pace, but I think we'll see him lose a lot more pace. Seeing as he is the only driver, well, I assume that he's the only driver that has not changed his tires, trying to gain an advantage in the pit. Of course, this is why we love the pit window and the optional tire change. Of course, if you take a tire change, you're going to be stuck in the pit for at least 30 minutes, or not minutes. Seconds, 30 seconds. If you don't take you're gonna lose grip on track. Oh, as we see, Randucci is gonna... Oh, no, he's holding off. Just as I said that, it looked like he lost a lot of grip there, and Randucci can go for the gap. But if you don't go for that tire change, you're definitely gonna lose out a lot of pace. You could lose probably up to 2 seconds a lap. I don't know, it's probably more. This is a 1 hour and 15 minute race. Your tires are going to be pretty worn out after that. But you can definitely gain some positions if you do that strategy, but you are going to have to defend the entire rest of the race, as we can see right now. And now David Kraft is right behind Randuch. But as I said earlier, I doubt he's going to try to do any overtakes here. It's the friendly Ferraris. And Sorenko is not far behind now. He's 3 seconds behind. The longer Kodeman holds off here, the more this is looking good for Sorenko. We're going to have Sorenko on first place for the third race in a row, without jinxing it. I'm asking questions here, I'm not saying. Luke Mason is 14 seconds behind, but if Kodeman holds on for 28 minutes, we're gonna see Luke Mason being right behind Sorenko as well. We might even see O'Sullivan come up. Possibly Thompson as well, because these guys are not that far behind each other. Yeah, we could have at least 8 or 9 cars if Kodeman holds off here. Of course, that will also increase the risk of damage and incidents. So we'll definitely have to see how patient these drivers can be. Definitely don't want to ruin someone's race, but you also really want to win. You just really need to know when to go for it and when to not. As they come up to back markers here, that could be dangerous. Rocky Morton and Jason Gard. I don't know if the viewers that are viewing, I don't know, how do you feel about the races after we switch to the one-stop pit window strategy? Or rule, I should say. Do you feel like the races have gotten more intense and more fun watching, or is it the other way around? Because as a commentator, I can say it's feeling a lot more intense for me. Especially with these different strategy changes. Oh! Carlos Sorenko is right behind these guys right now. It looks like Randucci is getting really impatient here. Of course, he has both David Kraft in between him and Sorenko. Of course, Kodeman is not really in the winning seat right now. Or in the battle for first place, I mean. Oh, that is a really... Oh no, David Kraft. I was going to say that was a really nice overtake by Sorenko, but he went a little bit too... He is really pushing it here. I think I said this last race, but Sorenko can be quite impatient if he gets stuck behind somebody, which could be dangerous as they head up to the back markers here. We got a BMW in first place and one in last place. Let's see how friendly they are with each other. Oh, look like... hopefully that does not cost Kodeman the lead there. We did see almost... Oh, yeah. Oh, back markers moving out of the way. You're not really fighting, so... Really, we have some pretty friendly drivers. Everybody's very respectful. Back markers moving out of the way, and we see Randucci is right behind now. As they've cleared the back markers, we got Cihavalo a few seconds up the track, but still a little bit of a... Oh, is that Randucci? Randucci's going to try to go for the... He's not going to be able to make it though. You can see David Kraft is not even attempting to overtake. David Kraft is only focusing on defending against Sorenko right now. Yeah, top 4 all battling for first place right now. Some really intense racing. Did he get that bad of an exit here? No. Oh, he's going for the switchback. You can see the drivers all switching lanes. Sorenko gonna... Oh, Sorenko is not being able to... Oh! He did... Oh! That looked way too easy. Is he gonna let 2 positions go? Now Randucci has a clear track. What can he do with this? It does look like, oh, Coderman has lost his podium position as well. That was an interesting strategy. Unfortunately, it didn't really work. That was a really nice try, though. 23 minutes to go. Oh, is Sorenko going to be able to overtake David Kraft that quick? Everybody's struggling with overtaking. But we see... Yeah, Sorenko is already past David. And Coderman is losing to David right now. David Kraft in 3rd place. I'm not sure if David has had a podium yet this season. I will need to check here quick. Let me see. David Kraft has not had any podiums this season, so if he finished 3rd, that would be his first podium. Luke Mason is still 9 seconds behind Coderman. But if David Kraft and Coderman gets in a battle here, he could catch up quicker. Thompson is now right behind O'Sullivan as well. I think we want to watch the top battle here, though. If you look at if you look at the best times, actually, Sorenko has a 1 second better time than Randuch in best time. Last lap he was slower, but he was stuck behind these guys as well, so that could have something to do with it. We'll see here. Yeah, Sorenko is 100ths faster than Randuch. It's not a lot, but 22 laps to go, 2.1 seconds behind. It is possible, but I feel like Randuch is really hungry for this victory. And both these drivers are fighting for the overall championship. Luke Mason has not really had the best race. He's still not out of the game. He's 8.7 seconds away. Last time was 1:45.9, which is slightly slower than top 2 drivers. He still has the chance to take 3rd place. He's about 1 second faster than David and Coderman. Let's see the standings here, quick. Luke Mason is on 84 points. Randuch is on 80 points. Sorenko is on 86.5. So if Randuch wins, he's going to get 20 points, which would put him on 100 points. If Luke Mason comes 3rd, he will get 16 points, which would also put him at 100 points. If Sorenko comes 2nd, he will be at 104 points. So Sorenko is pulling away slightly from the 2 other guys, but still far from over. Sullivan getting overtaken by Thompson. Sorenko is now 1.1 second already. I think we'll see a battle here very shortly. If we have to play the Finnish national anthem one more time. Slovenia national anthem. Would be nice to hear. Pretty sure most people do not know it. Also nice to see someone else on the first place podium. Of course, last 2 seasons it's been Mark Whitford on podium. First place, taken almost every single first place last 2 seasons. Fortunately, couldn't be with us this season, but it's opened up to a really even championship here between the top 3 drivers. Randuch should be able to hold off, but you never know. Sorenko has a really big pace advantage on Randuch right now. Now he's 0.6 behind. He's catching up really fast, but we also see Luke Mason catching up to Koderman really fast. This is anybody's game. Thompson is 1 lap down on Mason. As we see, is that Rocky Morton? Yeah, Rocky Morton getting overtaken or unlapped by Jason, it looked like. It's really unfortunate for Rocky here. He is competing in the silver class, competing for the championship win, but oh, see Randuch going slightly wide there. He's definitely feeling the pressure. It looks like Caro is going to take this one easy. We'll see here. Oh yeah, Randuch has to let that one go. That is really unlucky. Randuch got a little bit nervous there, started making mistakes. I'm pretty sure that's why he started losing out that much time that quick. I think we'll see if Sorenko feels the pressure here on Randuch. He might make some mistakes, but we will see. It's quite amazing. Carl Sorenko and Luke Mason both got a drive-through at the start of the race. Carl Sorenko now up into first place after being last, second lap, or second last. Luke Mason was last. That just goes to show the pace this guy has. And I definitely think a lot of it depends on the car you choose for this season. The Mercedes seems to be a car that fits him perfectly. Last season he was in the McLaren. He was struggling a little bit with it, but so was everyone else. I know Wouter had some struggles, some spins at Brands Hatch, as well as Petit was in a McLaren as well, I believe. I think he still is. No, he's in an Audi. But yeah, everybody went for the McLaren last season. Didn't quite work out. For this season they switched around. And the last season winner, Mark Whitford, was going to go with a Porsche. He was going to do some experiments, see if he could win with it, because he's won 2 seasons in a row. He wanted a little bit more of a challenge. Unfortunately, he could not make it this season. But it would be fun to see him in season 7 in a Porsche. Randuch now more than half a second behind Sorenko. Luke Mason only 4 seconds behind Koderman now. We see Luke Mason coming up on the start-finish straight. Still a little bit of a gap between, but I think Mason should be able to close that quite fast. And right now Sorenko is the fastest car, so it does look like he might be winning. Still 15 minutes to go though. Let's hope they all have enough fuel in the tank. We did see that in the America series. We had Rohan Sharma. He completely and utterly put in the wrong fuel, so he was rolling over the finish line on Monza. Which was quite a sight to see. He lost out 1 position because of it. Actually 2 positions. But he did manage to finish. That is all that matters. Like in real racing, this would probably have been a disqualification because he couldn't show his race fuel. Not sure if they have that in GT racing. I think they do in Formula 1 though. Since this is sim racing, then that really doesn't matter. Would be a pretty useless rule to have. So see, if you want to gamble with your fuel, put it as low as possible, then do it. But if you run out, you run out. Oliver Thompson now behind Isengard, which is 3 laps down now. Luke Mason is flying through the field. Oh, well, that was... I don't really think Jason saw Thompson, which is a little bit unfortunate. There was a back marker though, so you should definitely have the blue flag there. Randuch did such a good race, leading most of it, and then Koderman comes out of nowhere, does a no tire change pit stop, slows up him that much that Carlos Sarenko managed to catch up and actually overtake him. This race is definitely... I think Sarenko has to thank Koderman for this win. Although it does look like he could have done it by himself as well. Even if he would have caught up slightly later. Randuch really pushing on here. He's trying to catch or keep up with Sarenko. He is doing a good job. He's actually caught up a little bit. Not sure if Sarenko is feeling a little bit of grip loss in his tires, or if he's just getting a little bit nervous. He sees that Randuch is not getting off his tail. Might be feeling the pressure a slight bit there. How long will he be able to hold off though? Is the real question. David Kraft coming up right behind him up there. No sight of Koderman though. Look at the... looks like Mason is caught up to Koderman right now. Koderman did go for that unorthodox strategy. If he didn't have that incident in the beginning of the race, he might have actually pulled this off Koderman. But it's a good try. Kowski's 2 seconds behind Shibley. These guys have been close to each other the entire race. Shibley is in the lead in the silver class. But the pro class have been so intense, both this race and last race, that haven't really been able to focus on the other guys in the back. You'll definitely see their overtakes and such in the highlights. Hopefully we can get an interview with Randuch today. Even though he's not the best at English. Would love to have an interview with him. David Kraft as well, but we'll see. Usually are not available for interviews. A little bit of divas, maybe. I say that with a tad of joking in that. Yeah, Luke Mason is now chasing David Kraft. William is down to 5th place. Is that Oliver Thompson behind? How far behind is... Oh, no, that's not Oliver. That is a lapped car. That's Havolo. Yeah, Thompson is quite a ways away. Coderman. What a race. I mean, it's still not over. He is staying in that slipstream of Mason so far. As I say that, he's probably going to get out of it. Well, that is commentators cursing. But Randuch is keeping up with Steranko pretty well. He has lost out a little bit of time. Almost a second behind now. But Steranko doesn't seem to be able to shake him so far. We'll see what the last 7 minutes offer. Luke Mason done a really solid job. Steranko on board with Steranko. He is messing up because Randucci is catching up to him again. The game is still on here. I thought when Steranko overtook there that he was going to go away with it, but so far he has not. Very surprised if he is feeling the pressure. As we see Tarkowski lapping Rocky Morton. It's really unfortunate because he's in the silver class. He should be fighting with these two guys. Last season, Rocky was in the amateur class. He didn't manage to get the amateur class victory that season. This season, he's not as lucky as he was last season. Shimon Tarkowski still close enough to be in a battle. Oh, I need to go back to the. We need to go back here. I just saw 0.3. He's right behind him now. He's in the slipstream, but there's still a gap. It doesn't look like he's can get any closer, but it does look like Steranko keeps making mistakes. So Randuch, all he needs to do is just stay there. Not sure why it says he's first place. It blinks between first and second. Now it says second. That's interesting. Now Randuch has lost out his time again. Catches up in one part of the track and then loses out in the next. Very interesting. Randuch is doing faster times than Steranko last lap. We'll see how this lap looks. Let's see, last was 145.5. This lap was 146.2. Steranko was a 146.0. Pace is very equal. Luke Mason now 4 seconds behind David Kraft. 4 minutes to go. There's a battle for first place and a battle for third. Luke Mason really is going to want that third place, otherwise he's going to lose out quite a few points. He's not going to get his 100 points if he finishes fourth. He's just going to get 98 points if he finishes fourth place. Well, that's 98 points overall. He would be getting 14 points for finishing in fourth. Oderman 3 seconds behind Mason. Thompson is quite far behind him there. You do see these guys are just sticking together, they're like magnets. Is Sorenko gonna be able to hold off till the finish line? I feel like Sorenko is doing a lot of mistakes now. He's definitely feeling the pressure. Next track is also Imola, a track that, as far as my understanding, is that the Mercedes is really good on Imola. So it's going to be an advantage for both Caro and Havello. They are the Mercedes in the series. Now he's right behind him. I don't know. I'm really confused at what's going on right now. This is not supposed to be happening. Carlos Ranka should have gotten more gaps out of after passing, but that Rocky Morton just pulled off to the side. Looks like he's crashed out. Is that computer crashing, or because it does look really weird? Is that an engine failure, or we go on board? It's Rocky. Nope, Rocky is still on. I think he's struggling with steering. Really not sure what's going on here with his car. But that is really strange.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it
It's now the final lap. If Rocky cannot get out of here and finish the lap, he is not going to be able to get any points from this race. Rocky Morton really bad. Luke Mason's still 4 seconds behind David Kraft as well. As we see Randucci getting a really good run here. Is he going to be able to go for it? No, he's not. He goes a little bit deep there as well, it looked like. Now he's right behind him. It's not a big gap right now. It's just half a lap left. Who is going to win? The fight is on. Fight is on as every race. The battle is intense. Rocky Morton's still stuck there. Not really sure what's happened to Rocky, but we'll have to find out after we see this battle. Just a few more corners now. Is Caro going to be able to hold on? Is Randucci going to be able to overtake? If there is a mistake from Caro, Randucci need to try to take that advantage. Just 3 more corners to go. 2 more corners to go. Just 1 more corner to go. He's right behind him. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's not going to be able to do it. Karasarenko wins the race for the third time in a row. Randuch taking a very, very close second place. Really good driving from him at the end. And is that Shibley almost trying? Shibley's trying to overtake Sullivan here. As you see, Mason coming in 4th place. David Kraft gets his first podium for the season. Codeman going in 5th. Thompson is going to get 6th unless something explosive happens. I'm not sure if someone can put. Oh! That is really bad. I think Shibley. Yeah. That is definitely going to be a penalty if. Yeah, that might be a penalty. I think the marshals will have to look at that one. Maybe O'Sullivan spun by himself, but it did look like Shibley made contact, and if he did, it's probably going to be a time penalty, making him lose at least 1 position. O'Sullivan finishes. We have Jason Guard on track still. Rocky Morton now getting loose. Not really sure what happened there. He's really... Oh, he's struggling. He has that much damage. He's really struggling with keeping this car on track. As we have to say congratulations to Karasarenko once again. Let's see if Rocky can limp this car home. He's really struggling with the car right now. That car does not want to go. It looks like he has a flat tire. Is the left front a flat tire? I do believe he's struggling so bad right now. This would definitely have needed a yellow flag. Full course yellow, probably. He's just cutting the track right now. Is he gonna go straight into the pits? Remember, Rocky, you have to cross the finish line. Make sure you cross the finish line. Otherwise, he is gonna get disqualified. He's gonna get across the finish line here. It was a really good race. We will be coming up with interviews here soon, so stay tuned. You can see the standings here as they were before the race. So yeah, we'll come up with some interviews soon, and then after that we'll have highlights. So stay tuned. We will be playing the Finnish national anthem as well as we wait for the interviews. So we'll be right back. right, guys, we will be getting our interviews here. We'll drag Karsarenko into the chat box here. Karo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, you won again.
Yeah.
What happened at the end there? Because you were seemed to be struggling quite a lot. You lost you lost a lot of pace at the end.
My tires were so hot that they basically just fell off.
Oh.
Like within a one lap. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, because we could see you were pulling away from Randuch, and then all of a sudden you were starting to lose so much time, and luckily you were doing a little bit of mistakes as well. But
yeah,
it was quite a very amazing race to watch. Almost as interesting as last week.
Yeah, a lot more work had to be done today than last week.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked really shaky at the end, and you did get that drive-through at the start.
Yeah.
So you basically climbed the entire field except for one driver to finish first. So really good job, and we will see you at Imola, and hopefully that will be a strong track for you.
Should
the
be.
Mercedes. Yeah. All right. Good race, and we'll see you then. All right. Who came in? Luke Mason did not finish on the podium today. We're gonna try to grab. Actually, Caro is the only podium guy in the interviews box here. But Codeman, I really want to get Codeman in here because he was. We'll see if he's available. Hello, Codeman. Can you hear us?
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, I hear.
Oh, you're very low for me. All right, there we go. That was a really intense race. This.
Sorry. I'm in an interview. Okay. Sorry for my English.
That's
yes,
fine.
The race was very interesting. I got unhappy crash in lap 1, turn 1.
Yeah, we saw that.
So I have to change my tactic. I don't change the tires.
Yeah, we kind of guessed that you didn't because you undercut. Who was it? You were in front of Randuch. You managed to hold off for quite some time.
Sorry.
You were in front of Randuch for quite some time, for a long time. Yeah.
Yes. So because of that, I'm not change the tires. My lap time is 1.5 seconds or more. Not be.
Yeah, I still think it was a good strategy choice because you did. You could have actually done it if you didn't have that incident in the beginning. I think you could have definitely gone with this strategy and still finish in the top.
Yes. Yeah. But even with that race accident, okay, I be in first place lap or two, so it was cool for me.
Yeah, it was a fun race to watch, and I'm pretty sure it's fun to drive as well.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you on Imola next week.
Of course.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Take care.
Thanks for all. Bye.
Yep. That was Marhan Koderman. He was in 6th place before this race. He should have moved up at least one position above Alban Petit right now. We also have, who won the silver class? Was it Shibley? I think Shibley won the silver class. We'll take an interview with Shibley. Hello, Shibley. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Hey, you won the silver class, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
by like a second and a half because Tarkovsky spun with like 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, because we could see you guys were pretty close to each other. Like it felt like it was most of the race, but I'm not sure if maybe it was just the end of the race.
Well, the start, I found myself in the lead.
Yeah.
It's like Ocon in Hungary.
Yeah, you should have won though.
Yeah, I was. Well, I didn't practice as much because I didn't have time to. So I was like,
Yeah.
this 4 seconds off the pace.
I mean, it was still a good race, and you did win the silver class, so it's a few points towards the silver championship. I think you gained more points on Tarkowski now. Last season, you gained 1 point on him. This season, I'm not sure how much, but you definitely getting closer.
Wait, where did I finish? 7?
I have no idea right now. I can't check it.
At the end, at the end of the last few laps, I was catching up to Sully. I guess I don't know what happened. He was just really slow for some reason. So I was trying to overtake him, and unfortunately, I was a bit too optimistic on the hairpin and spun him around.
Yeah, we saw that contact. Not sure how the marshals will look at that. That might be a penalty, so maybe you actually didn't win, but we'll see after the marshalling on Wednesday.
Yeah, should have been a bit more patient, but
Yeah, I think maybe if you would have waited for him to drive away in front of you.
yeah, I was expecting him to kind of go wide, so I'd kind of do the switcheroo.
Yeah.
Because it worked for me a lot during the race.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of a
bit of a miscalculation.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking for the English word. Yeah, but it was a fun race to watch.
Yeah, it was really intense behind the wheel as well.
Yeah.
Especially with first stint.
Yeah, you had a lot of fast drivers behind you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hold them up too much.
Yeah,
because if I would hold off, I would just be slower as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not finding them.
Yeah, exactly. You're in the silver championship, so. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was a good race from you, and next week is Imola, and hopefully you'll be there.
Yeah, I just gotta buy the DLC.
Oh, you haven't bought it? Okay. Yeah, it's a really fun track though. Definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, I've driven it in AC.
Yeah. It's a very fun track. Yep. Hopefully we'll see you then.
Well, thanks.
Yep. Take care.
See you next week, hopefully.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya. All right, that was Jimmy Shibley, probably the winner of silver, but we'll see after the time penalty. Or if there is a time penalty. We'll see with the marshals. Who else do we have? Who won this AM class? There was Havelo won the AM class, I believe. Or am I mistaken? No, Havelo won. Hello? Havelo, can you hear us?
Hey there.
Hey, welcome to the interview booth.
Hi.
So you won the AM class today?
Yes, it did. It appears so anyway.
Yeah, not too many drivers today, but a win is a win.
Yeah, when Jason popped in right at the end of practice, I was like, oh, it's not going to be so easy now.
Yeah. But he had a little bit of he had a lot, actually not a little bit, he had a lot of bad luck this race.
Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to running with him, and actually I was kind of keeping up with Rocky earlier in the race, and then I slipped out a little bit wide and got kind of behind and never caught up. And then he had some other trouble. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, from what I could see in the stream, it looked like he might have had a flat tire because he was struggling a lot.
Too bad.
Yeah, he was struggling a lot to turn at the end. So I think he was just sitting, waiting for the race to end so he wouldn't endanger anyone's race.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We pretty much in the stream we only watched the top drivers because it was pretty intense, just like last season or last race. But do you have any battles in the race or?
No, once I slipped back from behind Rocky, I was pretty much by myself the entire race. About maybe 20 minutes to the end, the fastest guys caught up to me, and I just moved over and lifted and let them by. There was no point in, making a big deal about it. There was nobody catching me. There was nobody I was close to, so I just let them go.
Yeah. Well, it was a fun race to watch, and hopefully we will see you at Imola next week.
Yeah, I like this track, and I really like Imola too. So I'm hoping
I think
pick
Imola
up some time
is
there.
Yeah, I think Imola is going to be your track as well because it is a Mercedes track.
Yeah, I struggle, but whatever. It's still fun. I'm getting better, so I'm hoping to find some battles and looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a good time at Imola.
All right. I hope so too.
Yep. Well, we'll see you next week, and good racing.
Right on. Thanks, Eric.
Yep. Take care, man. All right. That was all the interviews for today because I really got to pee. But we'll get the highlights up here for you guys so you can watch that. There was quite a lot of highlights today. So give me a moment and we will tune over to that.